Hello everybody, 101 here. Anyway, I decided since this is a very good time to talk about it, and sorry, I actually scratched my nose the other day on my glasses. Don't ask. Yeah, I'm a klutz, so let's get started on the story. I decided to do the story, and this is an actual story. This actually happened at my high school. My little sister was bullied by a really mean little girl, who was a cheerleader, and this girl kind of made her life a living hell. Well, hell hath no fury as my mother. When Rebecca Parham talks about her mother, oh, have mercy, those two must have taken notes from each other on how to protect their kids, because my mom is to putting it bluntly, you pick on either my sister or myself. Hi, you've just met hell. Have a wonderful day. Love to see you. Bye. You don't want to mess with my mother. Now, this one time, the girl that had bullied my sister, it went a little too far. In fact, my sister almost got suspended for no reason. Because little Miss Cheerleader decided to spread a little nasty rumor that my sister had drugs and was selling drugs. Now, my little sister was a model, and she modeled for several really good companies, lucrative companies here in Colorado. My little sister was never selling drugs. She never did drugs. She never did anything of the sort. The only time she actually got into something bad was junior year of high school, and she learned her lesson from that. But this was her sophomore year. My sister had just done a commercial for Nintendo, for the this is back in the 90s. This is before Nintendo's big stuff, for the Game Boy camera. I found a version of the commercial, but it's in French, and she's the girl that says, "Look into my eyes." She's my little sister. She was really good. She was really fun. Now, during the time, she got paid a lot of money for this commercial. In fact, my sister had only gotten half of the money from the commercial because because of distribution reasons, they gave her the other half at the end of December, when we had actually had to transfer her to a different school. Part of the money that she got from that actually went toward, one, her school books and her stuff for house. Sorry, this is from the fact I scratched my nose. Anyway, during this time, this girl had spread a rumor, and one of my friends, who wasn't really exactly a friend, I'll call her Christy. Christy came up and said, "Hey, Nagi, I have something to tell you. You're not gonna like it." She takes me into a room, and I had just done tarot cards for her and her friends a while back, because I still do tarot from time to time, and she told me the nasty rumor that this girl had spread. And I'm like, what the hell? No. Why? And she asked me to confirm a few things. And I said, the only thing that girl has done. And this is a girl, this little cheerleader was friends with my sister since 6th grade. This girl was from India, and she came here with her parents, and they were super nice people. And I don't know what the hell happened. So she tells the story to me. Christy was very upset about this because she has known me since 6th grade. And we're just kind of befuddled by this whole thing. We're kind of just confused. And Christy's boyfriend, who is this big, giant jock of a guy, asks me the same questions. And I go, why would my sister do drugs? Well, according to yada yada, blah, 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 there's no way your sister can be a model. She'd have to go to a private school for that. Uh-huh. Okay. After this whole telling these two people what my sister did over the summer, and granted, during that summer, I was also part of something that had not aired on TV yet. I was actually an extra for a movie, for a mini-series. It was something my sister signed me up for, don't ask. My little sister was cool. So, my sister and I are sitting at home, and she and I had this huge argument over something. It was really dumb, and that day I walked into class, and something happened that actually to this day has always kind of confused me, because my locker also got searched. After my locker got searched and they didn't find anything, all they found was a bunch of Sailor Moon crap lying around. Me being told I can't have Sailor Moon stuff at my school because it violates student dress code. Yeah, tell that to a frickin' 17-year-old wearing a frickin' Sailor Moon t-shirt and a bunch of Star Wars crap. Come on. So, yeah, they never really contacted my parents over this either. So my little sister was in tears, and I decided to ask one of my friends if I could call one of my friends in the office if I could call my mom. Oh boy, that was actually kind of bad, because eventually they did call my mother. Thing is, they searched my sister without reason, going off of the word of a cheerleader that even the captain of the cheerleading squad actually had to talk to me first about. Yeah. And I don't even like any of them. I didn't even like any of these people. I absolutely hated them. But they had the actual common sense to come and talk to me and ask me what was going on. I told them what was going on. And after all of this, the next day, my mother decides to personally drop me and my sister off at the front door of the school and go park the car. She knew that I would run into this guy first. This administrator, we'll call him Mr. P. Yeah, we don't really like this guy. Mr. P comes up the stairs toward the back end hallway where I was heading to English class. And I'm heading there. I had just gotten to my locker because I ended up at school about 10 to 15 minutes earlier than expected, because my mom was that pissed off. And I said, "Oh, my mom is looking for you. Oh, she must be wanting to give me something nice." And I'm like, you could say that. Mentally, I was thinking, oh no. No, you're going to be yelled at. And I had a mental image of the guy running for his life as my mother is screaming at him like a freaking fire-breathing dragon. Because my mother is one of those people. And she's scared. She did. She actually yelled at him. In fact, the worst part is the interim principal, who had absolutely no clue this happened and was not even told until the day after he got back from his vacation, got told this, what had happened. Mr. P was actually not exonerated for this either. In fact, they gave away the name of the girl who actually spread the rumor. And the thing is, they didn't even bother to actually ask my little sister anything. They just assumed, oh, she must have drugs, so they just searched her entire thing, including the fact that the only thing they found in her book bag that could be even considered questionable was cigarettes, and that was it. Because my sister started smoking because of stress. After all of this, her friends and I were just sort of very confused by this whole entire story that had been spread around the school about my little sister. And somebody actually had the common sense to ask me about any of it. And I said, she's a model. She goes out and does modeling gigs. There's nothing she's doing that's illegal or wrong. But because the cheerleader this girl at my school decided that because my sister wasn't sharing the wealth, that she was going to spread this rumor and everybody would believe her. Unfortunately, karma has a bad tendency to come back, especially to me. Come the time I turned 22, I had moved to Texas, graduated high school, came back to Colorado, was working, and guess who I ran into at my junior college? The little cheerleader. By now, I was already working at the anime club as their secretary/treasurer, and I was friends with a lot of people on the student council. In fact, I had a seat in the student council for some reason. And I was walking in with the then student council president, a very nice lady that I will call Julie, and the president of the anime club, along with a couple anime club people. Little cheerleader girl, and I recognized her right off the bat, saw me, and the two of us just sort of gave this really weird look. Like, okay, we know that we exist. You know I exist. And in private, she asked me not to tell anybody about what she did in high school, because she wanted to keep her record clear. This pissed me off. To this day, this girl has never admitted doing anything wrong to anybody. When she actually told a bold-faced lie and then turned around, lied to me, lied to everybody else that she's been friends with for the last 20 years. And I am waiting for karma to bite her in the ass or bite her in the butt for some days. I really do wish it would happen, because she ruined the best years of my sister's life. She basically ruined it. And ever since that day, and my sister has left this world, and I feel bad, nothing has ever been, no justice has ever been served on this girl. No one has ever stepped forward and said, hey, that's not right. Because you're a cheerleader, you are believable. That is the biggest problem I have with the whole thing, with the hierarchy in high schools. And this is a hierarchy that still exists even outside of high school. I mean, I was just so irritated, even in the anime community, that I have never told that story. Never told anyone about what happened to my little sister and why I become very protective of her when she was alive. Because people do this stuff all the damn time. They turn around and they say these bold-faced lies, and you know it's a lie. Oh, heaven forbid. And then they turn around and they just go back to their lives like, oh, it didn't even matter. We were in high school. Ha, ha, ha. It was high school. And you don't realize how much your self-esteem gets destroyed by a rumor. And it ruined my sister quite a bit because it wrecked her self-esteem. And I could see it in her face every time she took a picture in those modeling things. I could tell she was not comfortable with people seeing it that were part of her friendship circle sometimes. And I think she was looking for that cheerleader girl to spread another nasty rumor. One day I actually talked to somebody in the anime community that I was friends with, and I told her what had happened to my sister and why I was very protective. And her comment was, oh my God, that's terrible. Why would somebody do that to somebody who's so nice? I've talked to your sister. She was so nice. And now that she's gone, it's not happy about it. And when I tell this story, I do want to reach out to anybody who's gone through this stuff. It's not fun. Okay? So I want to say thanks, and thanks for listening.